Hello, I am Librarian Oz, and I thought today I would do a journal tour of some of my sketchbooks. I've decided I'm going to go through this one, which is where I do a lot of my rough drafts, and I just finished this one up. I've never done one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about. Probably my process. So, when I come up with a concept for one of my drawings, usually I do one of these very quick, very junky sketches, just to get the idea of the shape down. Nothing too detailed. I know some people who do thumbnail sketches that are almost as detailed as the final drawing, and I personally don't understand the point of that. I mean, maybe you do some color tests, maybe you do a few different variations, but what's the point of making 4 finished drawings before doing a 5th finished drawing? These are... so I teach a teen art workshop in one town over from here. And I like to give little creative design challenges. So I believe this one, I rolled a dice with a table of variables as to the what this creature could look like if it had fur, if it had claws, if it had a silly profession. And I think this one came out as a very fluffy mailman with like rune-etched claws or something. And this one was similar. And I like to draw along with my students who are also doing the prompt, just because I think that's fun. And I like making them mad with how fast I get some of these done. These are similar, and these were done fairly quickly. Like, I wasn't trying to make a masterpiece, just do something fun. I think this one was a failed summoning of a demon. So the summoner summoned a very nerdy demon instead. VeggieTales tie. These are some more rough draft sketches. I'll put up on the screen what the finished drawing ended up being. And this is a rough sketch of a drawing I thought I would remake that I did some years ago, but I just never got around to it. And what was this? Oh, yeah. Practicing just some pretty little trees. I believe this was a warm-up sketch. These are some concept designs for a few NPCs in the game. I don't think... This doesn't really give away much. So I think I'm fine with showing these. This was a landscape design challenge I did for that class I was talking about earlier. And I think this one was another. I had them do a crystal city. You know, I find a lot of younger artists in their early teens really are terrified of doing landscapes and backgrounds. I'm not sure why. I think it's society. I don't know. I think they have this weird idea that doing a background is hard or intimidating, when really you just need the right mindset of doing it, and it becomes really easy and rather fun. Oh, here's some more design work stuff. All of this is from the very first level of a game, which I'm going to be showing off soon anyway, so I'm fine with showing these right now. In the future, though, with like all concept stuff, I'm probably going to throw that on my Patreon. Some more concept stuff for NPCs. Some rough sketch ideas that just never really quite came to fruition. Night Dude. Dragon Dude. Oh yeah, I was doing my quick and easy how to draw dragons for dummies demonstration for my class for the umpteenth time. Because everyone likes drawing dragons, and they're honestly not that hard if you know how to do them. And another dragon drawing demonstration. This one ended up being something. I'll throw that on the screen real quick. ended up looking slightly different in the end. Just a few more rough sketches. I don't always finish these, and I don't always turn them into finished drawings. No idea what that was going to be. I just started that, and then no idea. I wanted to make this one was me playing around with the idea of making like this pretty like flower boy OC with like, God, I still don't have a finished drawing of this guy, and I really want to because it's in my head. It's very pretty. So just like this boy with like turquoise skin and like these golden flower petals that make up his hair and bits of ornamentation around him. And his arms are, instead of flesh, they are these like gold bones. I'm going to turn down the exposure on this camera so you can see a little bit better. Some more rough drafts. I have a problem with, at least in recent years, if I draw like an OC, like in a full illustration anyway, like my characters like Gentleman Sir or Eidengrau, I am less inclined to draw them for like over a year after that, because I'm like, no, I want to draw something different. I want to draw something else. But really, I should get back to drawing them because they are my children. This one I finished. I don't know if I'm going to do these. I had this idea of drawing... different posters for like each faction in the world I created, the universe of my game, The Molitorial. But I only ended up doing one of them, and I just sort of did it as a for fun drawing. Not my best work, but I enjoyed it. This is something I really need to do. So my friend got me into watching Revolutionary Girl Utena, and I absolutely adored everything about it. And I don't normally like doing fan art. My rule is if I do fan art, I do it to please me. So usually it ends up being creepy or eldritch or freaky as hell. This is no different. This is like, if you know anything about the show Utena, just walking up these stairs and there's this giant representation of Akiho with all of his castles, false castles, merged into him, and within his rib cage is Anthe all tied up in chains. I really should get to doing that because that's gonna be badass. Oh, this is an idea I had. So I do a lot of vending at conventions, and I was wanting to make my own vendor booth display thing for my prints. And I want to build it myself. And I'm still going to do this at some point because I really dislike the grids that I have to use, the metal grids that I have to like put together. With these, they would just sort of like slide into each other. Like, I don't know. But they would slide into each other and be very easy to set up, and they'd have clips built into them so you could display prints really easily, and they'd be sized so that I could mix and match print layouts really easily, but I'll get to that. This was a concept for verse 4 in my Romance of a Comet series. I actually had a lot of different ideas for that series, and the 4 I picked were 4 out of like 20 different sketches I've done over the past few months. And this one is... anyone play Magic the Gathering? This is my favorite creature to use as a commander in one of my Magic the Gathering decks. Grothama, the All-Devouring. He's basically this big screaming worm that you have to fight a lot. He's great. I love him. This was a color study. I had fun with it. Not much else to say about that one. This was some like really rough, shitty concept sketches for a commission I was doing. They didn't like that one, so I ended up trying again with that, and that's the one they ended up going with. I'll throw up the... Wow, I'm creating a lot of work for myself. I'll throw up the finished commission of this dude on the screen. Some hand practice. Nobody gives a shit about that. More random things I didn't do anything with. And last page of journal, I drew me because I felt like it. Yeah, I only have antlers sometimes. Don't worry. I do always have wine. That's accurate. My friends actually refer to me as a wine mom, and I take that title with pride because I basically am. All right. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for showing interest in some of my art and some of my really shitty sketches. Thank you very much. I guess I'll see you next time. Have a great day.